Alright, we're seeing you guys for any questions for manager Peter Vermes and midfielder Graham Suzy.
Peter, how long has it been since you've seen your club just put together a complete 90-minute domination rhythm on the other side like that?
When we played New England. Pretty simple. The guys are in good form. I think more importantly, we're defending very, very well. We really didn't give away anything big, and I think it all resulted in the way from there we started to counter. We had great movement off the ball, and yeah, 4 goals. We probably should have had like 6 or 7, but it was we'll take it.
This is for Peter and for Graham. Could you just talk about what it means to score not just 4 goals in a game, which you've done a couple of times this season, but I mean to get 3 of them after you got a goal advantage, after you got a man advantage, and be able to basically bury a team like you did tonight?
Well, as I said to the guys at halftime, the thing that you always get concerned about when you're up a man, especially when you come in at halftime, is that all of a sudden you start to relax and you take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit, and it can mentally you can sort of just figure that everything's going to be okay and you got the game. And the difference is that we talked about it and said that look, our mentality has to even go up a notch, because the whole point is you try to get that second goal, and if you can get that, then it's, as you use the word, you can bury them. And we got the second and then the third, and the floodgates were open. Credit to the guys, because it's not easy. The fact that we're playing with a lot of different players in the field. Guys are coming back from injury; they're not fully fit. Fully fit. When I say that, I mean game fitness, and we're getting great efforts from everybody. So credit to the guys. Excellent.
Yeah, Peter pretty much covered it. What we didn't want to do is come out complacent in the second half. We did well to get that first goal in the first half, and then the second one was so important. If they get us a goal, most likely they just pile it in. It becomes very difficult for us to get the second, third, and fourth. But we came out just as strong in the second half, got that second goal, and kind of broke their back. And from then, the third and fourth were just icing on the cake.
Peter, Todd Moore. I was just curious. Sorry. I'm just.
You haven't been around for a while.
Christian Nemeth, just at times toying with them, just dominant tonight. I mean, can you talk about his performance? And I mean, is that as good as you've seen him play? And then also for Kevin Ellis to get his first career MLS goal.
Well, in regards to Christian, I think there's 2 things. One, his positioning was very good, but the balls that we were finding him with into the seams that he was in was great. And it's one thing when you play ball into a guy who's playing with his back to the goal. It's another thing to have good runs off of him, because it can draw attention or it provides options for him. And so I think the 2 things were really good. We were very good at finding him. His movement was good, but our runs off of him were excellent as well. And that's why you're able to see the opportunities that he was able to make or even score. I can't remember which goal was Benny's goal. It was a great ball in by Jaleel. I mean, he could have just stuck it in the box, but he found them. Good movement by him, and then Benny to run off that play. We had a lot of different players, in the box, so it was good build-up by the guys. Yeah, Kevin. I told him, forget about his goal. I told him it was probably his best game that he's played for us thus far since he's been with us. He was in tune. He was very good in the air. His tackling was good. He was really basically locked into the game, and sometimes he has a tendency at times to sort of lose his concentration, but tonight he was in the game the whole time. He did a very good job of covering with B's when he would step out, so they did a very, very good job. It was a good game for him.
Graham, you had to miss the game because of the concussion, limited last week. Peter said in the news conference you really felt like you were kind of chafing at that kind of limited action, wanted to do more. Came out tonight, goal, 2 assists. Can you kind of just talk about your return from that and what you were able to do?
Yeah, it was was probably the right decision on Peter's part, but obviously I want to get out there and play as much as I can, but I understood the decision as much as I hated it. But no, I felt great this week. We had a very good week of training, and it's probably the best I felt all season so far. So it's good to get on the score sheet, but I'm more impressed with the team performance and most of all the shutout. That's 2 shutouts in a row, and if they don't score, then they've got a good chance of winning the game.
Peter, Connor gets his first career start. What did you think of his performance? And then Graham, that back heel they gave you to set up your goal, how sweet was that?
Yeah, the kid's got a great head on his shoulders. He's very smart, beyond his years, and I think you've seen, not just this game, but in past games, his decision making is like I said, beyond his years, and for him to see that run is pretty special.
Yeah, I would agree with Zeus. He's got some really interesting qualities as a player, and every time he's in training or like now he's coming in the games, he continues to impress more and more. You just start to see things that you hadn't seen before, and he's deceptively very fast. He's got a really good engine, as I said earlier on this week. But at the same time, he sees the game really well, and he's got a great left foot. So for that kid and his mentality, which is a really good one, he's very coachable. He's got an excellent career ahead of him.
Peter, you talked about the injuries and like that, but to see guys step up into spots like that, when you get this team back to full strength, what's this portend for this club?
Look, it's hard to predict anything. All I know is that right now we have a bunch of guys that are bought into what we're doing. We have an incredible work ethic within the group. At the same time, there's definitely a level of intelligence, soccer IQ, if you will, in between the lines in which the guys are displaying, and we're growing very quickly and evolving as a team. And those are the positive aspects of us at this point in the season. And we've discussed this many times. We want to just remain competitive within our group because we know how the season can go, and there can be little ups and downs. And you have to make sure that you stay focused on what you're doing. And right now, the guys are locked in, and we also have to be smart as a team to make sure the guys that we are bringing back from injury, we're smart about that as well. We can't rush those guys back. We have to bring them back when it's appropriate. Because if you rush them back, you waste all that time, and they wind up getting injured somewhere else. So we'll do the right thing there, and as we go, we'll just keep getting results, hopefully.
Peter, you guys finished the month of May unbeaten, 3 wins, a couple big wins in there. Obviously, this one against a Western Conference opponent to get moving to 2nd place. How big of a month is this for you guys? One, to kind of find your place before the Gold Cup when guys start getting called up.
Yeah, look, it's great. The games that we played here recently, we've gotten good results. And against, going out to Seattle, the way we did last week with Dom having to pull out right before the game, was getting ready to begin and having to make a change and bringing other players on, and just us being able to get a result there like we did. And at one point, we actually had a chance. If early on, Christian could have stuck that throw in that we had that bounced right to him and he hit it over the net. He sticks that in the back of the net. Maybe the game's a little different, but being able to play the way we did against New England, the team was in very good form at that time. Dallas, same thing. They're great results for us, but we got to keep getting better because we still got a lot of places where we can do some more damage, and I think the guys would agree, and that's a great thing about them is that they don't rest on their laurels. They'll continue to keep working.
And across MLS, there's a bunch of guys who played other positions now moving to center back. Brad Evans for Seattle, Lloyd here for FC Dallas. Kevin's one of those guys as well. What has he kind of done to solidify himself in that role and to get a little more comfortable in that position?
Look, last year was great that he had a lot of opportunities to play there. So it kind of set the stage for him this year. Him having been a forward when he was growing up through, especially when he was in our academy, I think it really helps a player when he's played up front to go into the back because you see the game now in front of you. It's a lot easier to see the game. So he also is a very athletic kid. For his size, how well he gets up in the air on a regular basis is a big positive. and he's getting better with his 1v1 defending. So again, it's evolution for him as well, and each game he's going to hopefully get more experience, which then leads to better performances as well.
Because for both of you guys, you haven't lost at home this year. Sporting Park, the fortress now that it used to be, now once again.
That's a good point. He said, "Did they ever leave us?" Yeah, it was a special night for me because it's been a while since I played in front of this fan base, and it felt incredible to get back out there. And, I mean, what can you say? It's the best atmosphere in the league, and we're so lucky to have them. And they pushed us to do what we did tonight. I mean, I get speechless just thinking about it, but I mean, it's incredible. The support is always there, 90 minutes. And, what was it? How many salads? 60 salads in a row. Oh my gosh. What about Jamie tonight? Yeah. That was a surprise for me.
He's coming in every game of the year from now on.
That was awesome.
In the past, you've had pressure when you haven't gotten the results here. Now you're getting the results here. What's changed, I guess, to get you back in?
You know I'm not going to talk about those types of things. At the end of the day, we're just playing well, and you know, we're hitting the back of the net. So that part's good. But you know, I have to echo what Graham said. I think at the end of the day, when you as a player have the opportunity to come out and play in front of a sold-out stadium 60 times in a row, and they're into the game, and you know, I've always said the special thing now has become is that the fans understand when we're on the move, if you will, and we're in the build-up. They understand what's coming, and you can hear the level of the crowd sort of advance as we advance up the field. You know, they get stronger as we go up the field. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's good that we could reward them tonight with 4 goals. They deserved it. We needed to. It was good for us as well, and the 3 points continue to come. And we just got to keep making sure we get results here at home and be very tough to play against on the road. As Robo always likes to tell me, I think since 2011 we're the best team on the road in the league. We got to continue to keep being a hard team to play at other people's places as well.
Graham, I did want to ask you about Jimmy's "I Believe That We Will Win" chant. I mean, you talked about it briefly, but I mean, that set a pretty nice tone. It seemed like, at least for the fans. I mean, were you guys paying attention too, I take it?
Oh, heck yeah. You hear me? The white Puma got out there on the screen. Actually, I noticed that the ref let him finish before he blew the whistle, which was pretty cool. But no, it gave me chills. It was good to have him back.
Okay, guys, thank you.